Welcome back to Panther Sports Zone. My name is Khalid Gray.
And I'm Colin Parker.
And today we have a lot of news to get into today, but first things first, how was your spring break?
Good, man. It was a chill time back at my place. I really didn't do nothing, but how was yours?
It was painful knowing that my Mavericks will have to forfeit games this year.
Oh, man.
Or run the risk
For
of forfeiting
real?
games. Let's not say they're forfeiting games. Let's say they're running the risk.
Oh, man.
Because we don't want that to happen, don't we?
That's rough. It's very rough.
Then George Pickens got paired up with DK
my
Metcalf.
Lord.
We have a lot of stuff
Crash
to
outs,
get into.
man.
But starting off today's show, we're going to go directly into some player highlights. Crystal Schultz of the Prairie View women's basketball team was named SWAC Freshman of the Year with her performance during the 2024-2025 season. Crystal averaged 9.3 points and knocked down 51 three-pointers over the course of her season. She had a career-high 26 points this season and knocked down a total of 5 three-point shots during that game. Tanaji Petway also is a player to highlight because he made all SWAC first team performance with his performance in the 2024-2025 season. Tanaji has averaged 17 points and has been the main driving force for the Panthers on offense. He has had numerous SWAC Player of the Week recognitions and has hovered around the top scorer in the entire SWAC. His season high was 33 points against Arkansas Pine Bluff, and he had 12 free throws as well. Congratulations to Naj and Crystal.
And following breaking news, according to the PVAMU athletics page, Prairie View women's basketball coach Coach Pugh has resigned following the loss against Texas Southern in the SWAC conference tournament. Since May of 2018, Coach Pugh has been dedicated to elevating her players, and only in her second year as the head coach, she took the Panthers to the SWAC tournament with a 17-14 win and loss ratio on the season. Prior to her arrival at PVAMU, she coached at Southern University for 18 seasons, where she amassed over 300 wins, secured 7 SWAC titles, 4 tournament SWAC championships, and secured 4 NCAA tournament appearances. We thank you very much for your time and dedication to this team, and we wish you the very best as you enter the next stage of your journey, Coach Pugh.
Continuing on the story of basketball, Prairie View men's basketball team took a loss against the Texas Southern Tigers 68-80 at the Baby Dome, where they played their last game of the season. Throughout the game, Prairie View established themselves on defense, recording 15 turnovers forced along with 6 blocks. The Panthers grabbed 13 offensive rebounds, which generated 16 second chance points, which were key in keeping them in the game. The leaders for the Panthers were Jordan Tillman with 17 points and Marcel Bryant with 15 points and a team-high 10 rebounds. Prairie View had 5 players in double figures and saw production from 6th man Zakir Sawyer off the bench. Prairie View ends their season at 5-26, qualifying for the SWAC tournament, where they played FAMU in the first round of the SWAC conference tournament. Khalid Gray was present at the game to cover what conspired during the matchup. Welcome back to KPVU-TV's Panther Sports Zone. My name is Khalid Gray, and we're here at the last game of the season. Prairie View's taking on Texas Southern in a rematch. The rival came in the first game. They handled business, but this is the second game, and we know our Panthers. So we hope you guys are here. We hope you guys are enjoying Panther Sports Zone. But we'll be back at halftime to give you guys a report on what's going on here at the game. This has been Khalid Gray with Panther Sports Zone, and we'll be back at halftime to give you an update. Prairie View started off the game strong. Prairie View's offense was a mix between jumpers and finishes on the inside. Ryan Bolton Jr. was excellent at corralling the offensive rebound and going back up for those extra 2 points. Prairie View, only 3 minutes into the game, was able to amass a 6-point lead. This lead then increased to 8 points with only 11 minutes left to play in the game. Texas Southern, in the middle of the first half, started to come back, shooting threes and getting easy looks down low. Key player Jordan Tillman was able to knock down key jumpers to keep us within 5 of the Texas Southern Tigers going into the half. Right out of the second half, Jordan Tillman knocked down a key jumper to minimize the lead of Texas Southern to only 3. However, Texas Southern caught fire, building the lead as the game continued. Welcome back to KPVU-TV's Panther Sports Zone. My name is Khalid Gray. We're here with a halftime update. Right now, Prairie View is down by 5 to Texas Southern. Both teams have been dominant down low, racking up a lot of points in the paint. Both teams have been on it defensively, with both teams racking up steals and blocks. It's been a really, really exciting matchup right now, and we're going to be back giving you guys an update on what conspired in the second half at the end of regulation. Throughout the rest of the game, we saw key contributions from Braylon Bush, Zakir Sawyer, Marcel Bryant, and Ryan Bolton Jr. Jordan Tillman led the pack with 17 points. Marcel Bryant followed with 15 and grabbed 10 rebounds along with 2 blocks and 2 steals. Braylon Bush had 13 points along with Zakir Sawyer with 13 as well. Ryan Bolton Jr. had a steal, a block, 7 rebounds, and 10 points. The Panthers scored 46 of their 68 total points in the paint. Clee Gray is here to give us a synopsis of what happened at the end of regulation. Welcome back to KPVU-TV's Panther Sports Zone. My name is Clee Gray, and we took a loss to Texas Southern. It was the last game of the season, and honestly, we were expecting a different outcome. Shots weren't falling, 50-50 plays weren't going our way, and let it be said, refereeing has a little iffiness in it, but that's not the reason that we want to focus on right now. We're going to wrap it up for this year's basketball team. We're going to see if everything goes our way. We might make it to Atlanta, Georgia, where we can play in the tournament. Let's just give a lot of hope, a lot of praise, and a lot of grace to this Panthers team. They played an astounding game. They played an astounding season. And honestly, you know, hey, it's not the way that we wanted to end it, but it's the way that it ended. This has been Khalid Gray with KPVU-TV's Panther Sports Zone, signing off. The Panthers took a 66-75 loss against Florida A&M University in the first round of the SWAC conference tournament, March 11th in Atlanta, Georgia, marking the end of their season for our men's basketball team. Prairie View started off strong as they built an early 16-9 lead over the Rattlers and led 32-23 going into the half. FAMU then took a 65-48 lead with 4 minutes left remaining in the game, furthering their advantage over the Panthers. Despite the 6-0 run to cut the lead to 65-54, the Rattlers took the win at the end of regulation. Tanaji Petway and Marcel Bryant finished with 19 points, and Marcel added 13 rebounds and 2 blocks to his night as well. Zakir Sawyer finished with 9 points, and Jordan Tillman and Braylon Bush each contributed with 8 of their own. This marked the end of Prairie View's season, and it was one for the books. Thank you for all your efforts this season, Panthers.
Tuning into women's basketball, Prairie View women's basketball team took a 64-60 loss against the Texas Southern Tigers at the Baby Dome March 8th, 2025, which marked the end of their regular season. Prairie View in the beginning went on an 8-0 run and ended the first quarter with an 11-point lead. This dominance spilled into the second, giving the Panthers the advantage going into the second half. However, Texas Southern rallied back, scoring 25 points in the third and 19th in the fourth. This paired with 43 free throws for the Tigers, allowing them to stay in the game and take the win at the end of regulation. C.J. Wilson ended the game with 20 points and 6 rebounds, while Naeem Thornton ended the game with 9 points and 2 steals. Center Amari Williams ended the game with 8 rebounds, helping Prairie View hold a 31-30 advantage on the glass. The Panthers take on Bethune-Cookman in the first game of the SWAC Conference Tournament, March 11, 2025 in Atlanta, Georgia, where they looked to extend their season. Khalid Gray was present at the game to give us an on-the-spot report of what went down.
What's going on, PV Nation? I'm Lauren Radford here at the TSU versus PVU game. This will be the last game of the regular season, so make sure you come on down and support your team.
Prairie View came out strong in the first quarter, scoring 17 points and limiting the Tigers to only 6 points in the quarter. Prairie View's first quarter defense was on display, forcing Texas Southern to shoot 0 for 14 from the field. The only point scored by Texas Southern was at the free throw line, where they shot 6 for 14 from the line, totaling at 42% in the quarter. A key factor in Prairie View's big lead going into the second half was their three-point shooting, as they knocked down 5 three-point shots throughout the entire first half. Prairie View saw plenty of production from their starters throughout the beginning of the game.
What's going on, PV Nation? Here we're in the second half of the game getting ready to start. At the end of the first half, we had the game at 35-20, with Prairie View coming out on top over TSU. TSU's turnovers had cost them the game tremendously in the first half, with their free throw percentage being only 10 of 19 with them making them. With Prairie View coming out on top in the first half, we're going to see how they do in the second half. Stay tuned for more game side coverage, and make sure to come and tune into the game.
Prairie View in the third quarter only scored 11 points and shot 38% from the field and 1 for 4 from the three-point line, struggling to create any offense. Texas Southern, however, scored 25 points and was able to create a lot of opportunities on the inside, shooting an astounding 69% from the field and missing their only three-point shot, but were able to make up for the points at the line, shooting 7 for 11 from the line. In the fourth quarter, Texas Southern scored 19 points, 7 of those points coming from the free throw line, which allowed them to stay in the game.
as their three-point shot was not falling. At the end of the game, Texas Southern totaled 43 free throws shot on the night, making it difficult for Prairie View to get any momentum on defense, and that trickled into their offense. At the end of the fourth quarter, Prairie View had 27 personal fouls, giving Texas Southern 43 free throw attempts, allowing them to generate 23 points from the line, giving them the extra advantage needed to take out this win. Lauren Rafford is here to give us an analysis of what conspired at the end and throughout the game.
What's going on, PV Nation? I'm Lauren Rafford here with your first game recap. The Lady Panthers came up short against the TSU Tigers with a score of 60-64. The TSU Tigers had came through the whole game with us only scoring 42 free throws. The Lady Panthers had tried their hardest, but just came up just a little short. We'll be back with your first and second game recap.
The Panthers took the win against Bethune-Cookman 57-52 in an overtime thriller to advance to this next round of the SWAC conference tournament. Throughout the game, the Panthers were locked in defensively, forcing Bethune-Cookman to only 30% from the field and 11% from distance on 19 attempts. Prairie View hounded the ball, forcing 19 turnovers and generated 17 points from them. Niam Thornton led the team with 16 points, 2 steals, and 4 rebounds. CJ Wilson scored 10 points and grabbed 7 rebounds along with 3 steals. Amari Williams added 12 points and 3 rebounds and went a perfect 4-6 from the line. With their season alive, they focused their efforts on their rematch against Texas Southern in the next round of the SWAC conference tournament. The Lady Panthers took a 49-69 loss against the Texas Southern Tigers in the second round of the SWAC tournament in Atlanta, Georgia, marking the end of their season. Prairie View trailed the entire game, struggling to create and maintain momentum. Prairie View scored 30 points in the paint and generated 17 second chance points with 14 offensive rebounds. Prairie View forced 15 Southern turnovers, yet failed to take advantage of them, scoring 4 points off of them. Niam Thornton led the team with 14 points and finished with 7 rebounds and 2 steals. CJ Wilson finished with 10 points and 7 rebounds as well, and Michaela Hutchinson finished with 6 points, 5 steals, and 6 rebounds, contributing in every way she can. This loss concluded an eventful season for the women's basketball team, and we are proud of their efforts. Thank you for a great season, Panthers.
Continuing on, we're going to dive into men's baseball. Since the break, PV men's baseball has recorded 2 wins and 5 losses, with their 2 wins coming against Jackson State in the last 2 games of Jackson State's 3-game visit. In the latest matchup, Prairie View secured a 9-5 victory against the Tigers, winning the series. The Panthers trailed 2 runs in the first, but rallied back in the second inning with 5 runs in the inning, securing an early lead. Senior batter Brayden Johnson assisted in the offensive onslaught with a one-run flyout to push the Panthers' momentum. After, the Tigers gained ground, scoring a run in the 3rd and 5th inning to close the lead to 5-4. It wasn't until the 6th where the Panthers were able to put it away with a 2-run single off senior Trenton Bush, which brought the score to 9-4. Despite the Tigers' efforts, Prairie View nullified Jackson State's 1 run in the 7th, giving them the lead the rest of the way. Prairie View looks towards its next matchup against Texas A&M Corpus Christi on Wednesday, March 19th, where they look to extend this winning streak. Good luck, Panthers.
Tuning into our softball, since March 7th, our Lady Panthers have been dominant, securing a 3-win series sweep against Grambling State and a 2-win series against Texas Southern, amassing a record of 5-2 since the beginning of spring break. Prairie View conquered the Texas Southern Tigers last Saturday, March 15, 2025, where they took the last game of the series with a 6-2 victory. Prairie View started early with 3 runs scored in the first inning, with the last run scored by Mia Nunez from a Diane McKinley RBI. The Panthers then built their lead the rest of the way, securing a run in the 3rd and 2 in the 4th. The Tigers went scoreless throughout the contest, only picking up 2 runs in the 7th in an attempt to soften the blow from the Panthers. Our Lady Panthers look ahead towards their next matchup against Tarleton State University here at the PVAMU softball field on Tuesday, March 18th, where they look to extend their winning streak with their momentum. Good luck, Panthers.
Moving forward, we're going to shift our attention to tennis. Men's tennis, since the break, has been on it, securing wins against conference opponents. They come out of the break 2-1, winning key games against Mississippi Valley and Southern in their most recent matchups. They secured 4 wins against Southern, winning a double match and securing 3 single wins. In doubles, Xavier Peter Gooding and Abdul Rahim Issa secured a 6-4 victory against Southern, taking one of the two matches played in doubles on the day. In singles, Eduardo Nunez defeated his opponent, winning the first set 7-5 and the second set 4-3, leaving the third set unfinished. Abdul Rahim Issa dominated his opponent with a set score of 6-1 in each set, sweeping the competition in swift fashion. Xavier Peter Gooding defeated his opponent in a tough battle, taking the third set with a set score of 6-3. The men's tennis team faced the University of Rio Grande Valley this morning at 10 a.m. The match results are yet to be posted, but will be announced once given the information. After this, Prairie View will face Lamar University March 21st on Friday. Good luck, Panthers.
Now shifting gears to our women's tennis. Women's tennis has been on a 4-game win streak since the beginning of spring break, taking wins against conference opponents such as Bethune-Cookman, Mississippi Valley, Alcorn, and Southern. Against Southern, the Lady Panthers secured 1 win in the doubles and 4 wins in the singles. In doubles, Amara Bobadilla and Amara Rodriguez secured the win over Southern in the second doubles match of the day with a 6-2 victory. Despite the win, the Jaguars took the doubles. In singles, Anira Vegal secured her win against Paris Washington with a clean sweep with scores of 6-3 and 6-4 respectively. Andrea Pascal Blanca finished with a win in singles in a tough match that went down to the third set, winning with a score set of 7-6. Daniela Garcia also secured a singles win, dominating in both sets 7-5 and 6-4 respectively. Amaya Babadila concluded her singles match winning in the third set 6-2. The Lady Panthers tennis team looks towards its matchup against Lamar University, where they look to continue this success against an out-of-conference opponent. Good luck, Panthers.
Moving on, we're going to go straight into women's golf. Our women's golf team was in action over the break at the Houston Christian University Intercollegiate Invitational, where as a team they ranked 14th out of the 15 teams, beating out only LIU in the process. Madison Williams led the charge for the Panthers with a stroke of 243 and shot 27 over par. Following her was Brian Briggs and Micaiah Jubert, who each ended with a stroke of 245 and 29 over par. The Panthers look towards their golf foundation in Katy, Texas, where they will continue their season as they prepare for the upcoming championship. Good luck, Panthers. And this just about wraps up today's show for Panther Sports Zone. Like I said, we had a lot of information that we wanted to get to you guys. On Wednesday, we'll be having 2 athletes. We have Jada Gordon and we have a track star that will be coming through our studio to be interviewed. And we're going to have we have two episodes of Athletes Corner coming out. Friday are the 91st PV Relays. We hope to see you guys there as 91. Well.
God is good.
Wow, God is good. But we're going to see you guys at those events. But we really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. My name is Khalid Gray.
I'm Coach Parker. Make sure you tell your mothers, fathers, uncles, nieces, nephews, everybody to subscribe.
Everybody.
We're so close to 1K.
We are so very close to 1K, and we hope to see you guys in the next episode of Panther Sports Zone.